Welcome back to Dyson Days. I'm Madison. This is Evie. My husband Mark is here, and we have a new addition to the family this week.
I think I may be using the wrong tip, but that's okay. He's eating
Think so?
it. Yeah.
Now, we're not going to tell you his name just yet, but if you have any guesses, leave a comment below.
Some more.
This is our new friend, and he is a Great Pyrenees. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. And some more?
And he's only, how old?
5 weeks.
Oh, he's crossing his paws. Using your manners?
It comes out way fast. Before we jump into this video, I want to let everyone know to like the video if you can. If you like what we're doing, subscribe because we'd like to hit, what's our goal right now? I can't remember.
Right now, let's shoot for like 250.
250, okay. So we'll shoot for 250. If you can help us reach 1,000, that'd be awesome. So subscribe and then share our videos because sharing helps. Sharing is caring, right? So like, subscribe, share. Now we'll get into the video.
What you doing, Daddy?
Mixing some puppy milk.
Puppy milk.
Well, so I think it'll be fine for now, but I accidentally bought cat milk, so
Kitten.
kitten milk. So tomorrow we'll pick up. This will just have to do for now, but tomorrow we'll pick up the.
And why are we giving him milk?
Oh, because he's only 4.5, 5 weeks, so
Yeah.
it'll help until he's on. And he really loves this stuff.
The reason we have him at 4 weeks is because the mom stopped producing milk. So, yeah, the breeder asked if we could take him early because that way we could start feeding him ourselves.
Yeah, less work for her.
Which, look how big he is for 4 weeks. Wow. So we're back, same day. It's now nighttime. And we have the puppy here. We still have not said his name for a reason. That way you guys can guess what his name is. He does have a name, by the way. But leave a comment below what you think it is.
He's on it now. He found the sweet
So
spot.
funny, he's so loud. He likes that. And we're back at night because we waited until the kids went to bed. It's a lot easier to record.
Yeah.
So now this part of the video, we're going to do a Q&A about homesteading. And I actually just pulled the questions from another couple who started homesteading, and I'm not sure if their followers asked them these questions or what, but I thought it would just be fun to kind of answer some basic questions about homesteading from our point of view, just starting.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to ask, so I was like, oh, I'll find someone who's already done a Q&A. And we have not talked about these questions beforehand, so the questions I ask is
Very candid.
yep, off the whim,
Yeah.
off the cuff.
Yeah.
Is that the same?
This guy, yeah. Well, hopefully we won't get too distracted by this guy.
Oh, and he is a boy. I don't know if I said that. So
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're guessing
that'll
his
help
name,
with-
yeah, when you're guessing his name, it is a boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just jump in.
Yeah.
So the first question is, how long have you been homesteading?
Can we define the term homestead?
Yeah, what is homestead to you?
To me,
Yeah.
so when I think about the word homestead, I think of like when you watch a Western movie and there are people like pilgriming across or not pilgriming, but traveling across the west, into the west, and so like with the carriage and all of that. I don't know where he's going. He may have to go to the restroom. We may have to pause them.
Okay. Okay, so homesteading to you, makes you think of.
Okay, so yeah.
They're heading out west.
Yeah, heading out west with their carriage and their I forget the technical term for the.
Yeah, I do too. I forget.
Wagons. Yeah, the wagons with the horses and so on. So that's why when I think homesteading, like doing it on your own, going out independent, and living off the land. Yeah, figuring it out. So yeah, that's when I think of homesteading. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Homesteading to me means that we are a little bit more self-sustainable. Like we don't have to rely on the store for everything. Like we can do some things from scratch, from what we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we have stock storage of things, and we're able to sort of have our own grocery store here, like kind of fresh living, fresh cooking, fresh.
Let it be known that I'm still trying to get there on a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm
maybe that's one of the questions we come up to. Is
like, so the question is, how long have you been homesteading? So the answer is, we moved in to this house, never thinking about homesteading before, in November. Yeah.
So it's been 3 months, almost 3 months. So
we've had ideas and plans and goals, but we really will have to sit down and realistically think, okay, even in a year we probably can only start 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, and we may need to come back to this after these questions, but on the topic of what we've done, like summing up what we've done since we've been here. Yeah. In relation to homesteading. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I go on to the next question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any other jobs other than homesteading? So, are we looking to is homesteading our full-time job here on the farm?
No. For me, no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, both of us.
Yeah.
You don't.
I'm not looking to.
So I like as individuals, not that our worldview is operated through like this individualistic perspective, but as an individual, I work a separate job, but Maddie does not. Well, you do some personal training still, but not like. So you haven't quit that cold turkey,
right?
Because that's just one of your passions,
right?
So
yeah.
I don't know if that would ever. Sorry, I keep interrupting, but
okay.
I don't know if that would ever stop. Do you think that would stop even if I didn't have to work, and we could theoretically be self-sustained off of homesteading and like YouTube or whatever? Would that be something that you could say, yeah, I'm going to stop doing that, or is that something that would just you'd have to see where life goes? Or?
I always have a desire to teach it, especially like if people just ask me questions or health and fitness come up as a topic, it just like lights a fire inside me. I'm so excited to talk about it. So I feel like that's the Lord encouraging me to pursue that. So as of now, I would like to continue.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then may have to do a follow-up video next week or one of these weeks on personal training, like just things that you do from home that help, like that people can practice and do around their house. If they're homesteaders, maybe a video for homesteaders on personal fitness and training. That way, you don't get so caught up in the daily life that you're not looking at you as a person, your health, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, even doing things like gardening, parenting, working at a desk all day, like you still have to know the basics of how to build posture, to do all those things in good form, so that you don't have injuries down the road. So yeah.
We may have to blur. Do we have to blur things out?
The brand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not
No.
that popular yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. So a lot of these questions are actually for homesteaders that have been homesteaders for a while. So one of these is, was it hard to convince your spouse or family to change their way of life?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question. And
I don't know. You tell me.
it started with my interests, definitely. I've always, again, had the interest of eating healthy. So what's healthier than growing it in your own yard? You know exactly how it's grown. So I think that is a peace of mind, knowing it's...
Maybe we should get some soil samples. Test the soil around
maybe
here.
we don't have good soil, so it wouldn't technically be healthier.
Well, there is corn all around us, so I'm sure it's relatively healthy. There's not like diesel in the ground or something.
Well, that's another topic too. What do they spray the fields with around us? When do they spray the fields? Should we plant around? That's another question.
So I would say, so that brings up a good point. I'm still coming around on this issue. I grew up kind of like do it yourself. So none of this is like
so you're
new
going
for
back to
me.
the question, original question.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I'll ask it one more time. So, was it hard to convince your spouse or family to change their way of life?
I think it's been hard. It's relatively hard for you, maybe. Well, I don't know.
Changing from...
So you were the one who
Not
wanted to
self-sustainable.
homestead.
Yeah, I wanted to,
I didn't.
but I know nothing.
Yeah, and
And
I
you-
know things, but I don't want to
Yeah,
do those things.
yeah. So I have this desire to homestead. Mark is the know-how. He's like, I got all these. He could produce the homestead. Does he want to?
Yeah. So that's been the challenge. Is like, this is the irony of the situation, because like God's given me all of these gifts, abilities that through His providence, I grew up in the family that I grew up with, that just was able to do, help, sustain, produce things, stuff, constructing things, growing things, building things, and
Yeah,
so
from
working
just
on the house.
Hard raw materials.
Yeah, and so, but then Maddie comes along, and like I wanted someone who like didn't necessarily care about the whole do-it-yourself lifestyle, and then ironically, like I said, through God's providence, He gave me these abilities, gave her this desire to want these things, and so like we have to be careful, because the things that God used to draw us together can easily become the things that we like dislike. Because I'll get off work and I want to relax and do nothing sometimes, or just sit on the couch, and then Maddie's like got ideas on stuff, and I'm like, but I'm the one who's gonna have to do it, you know. And so that's been trying to get over my own selfishness, I would say. Like our marriage, our desires have been the epitome of what God has used to just remove selfishness out of our life. And it's not been an easy process, but it has been through wisdom from others, through our pastors, through family members. The Lord's been able to use our strengths and our weaknesses to benefit one another, to help one another grow. So all that to say, it hasn't been as easy for me to be just gung-ho for like, let's do all this work. Because yeah, I've gotten so used to like how I work, get off of work, enjoy the rest of my day or whatever. And so yeah, it's just a whole shift from like all of my 20s being independent, doing things my own way, to now going back to doing things a way that you don't necessarily prefer. But I should prefer that, because it's what you want. So I think any loving husband should want to do what their wife wants, you know. I mean, given that it's not sinful, you know, if it's just a desire, a heart desire of hers that is for her enjoyment or for your benefit, then why not? But then again, my selfishness gets in the way. So yeah.
I was gonna branch off of, okay, so you came from a family who
DIY.
knows all the things. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you also, those were daily chores for you. So I also want to make sure it's a fine balance. I want my kids to be involved. They're so little, it's
They
not like
wanna
they
be
have
involved.
to change a way of life yet. They're so little that they'll grow up with, the rest of their young
Yeah.
lives are still ahead of them. I just want to be careful that I don't take it to the point where as soon as they're able to move out, they're like, oh, I want to do the complete opposite. I don't want to do any of that homesteading stuff.
Oh,
I just want to make sure it's they find joy in it, and we don't make it like a job, but it's
Yeah.
more of like, okay, this is just how
This
if
is
we
just
want our
how-
house to function well, we're all gonna be a really big part. We can't, not one of us can slack, because we're all in this together. We
Mhm.
all create
Yeah.
the home. And I want to say, I popped, my heart dropped because I saw a mouse head
No.
pop through, see, in between the stove, the
Yeah.
top. As you were talking, I'm sitting right here, and
There's
his
a
little
mouse?
head peeks down and pops back up. And I knew it.
So
I
that's
saw it.
another thing. I grew up. We didn't live in the inner city, I guess you could say, and so we had.
I'm gonna let the cat upstairs.
Okay, we had mice every now and then. We had a roach or two come in our house, and so that's not alien to me. Where for Maddie, I don't know if she had ever seen a mouse in her house before, and so we had a mouse. We've had a couple, and we
only
live.
seen one. That was the second, and
Yeah.
it being in the kitchen.
Well, that was the third. The one in the tub, the one in the
Oh,
bathroom.
that is the third.
Yeah.
Now I didn't really want.
I've
a
never
cat,
seen
and now I want
Maddie
cats.
freak out like that. I've never seen her scream like that, and I was just standing there like watching the little guy run around.
I think the mouse was more scared of me than I was
for
of
sure.
it,
For sure.
because it was like
Yeah.
jumping like over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was running into things because it was so scared. It was like, oh no, this lady's gonna
Yeah.
get me.
So.
Oh, but
anyway,
now I
yeah.
want cats
Yeah.
to keep them away.
I think more than anything, not like whether it's medicine, the church, groceries, just being okay if we have to depend on the everyone else, the world per se. Not being so isolated in our little homestead world here that we're not connected, evangelizing, so on and so forth, and not getting down on ourselves if we have to go to the store and buy stuff. I mean, we still go out to eat. I mean, we still plan on going out to eat, but we want to be able to do more things around here, whether it's chickens, cattle. If we could raise our own cow, slaughter that guy. We probably won't get to the point, I don't think, where we have enough cattle or animals to where we're fully sustained by our livestock or gardens or so on. Just because, I'll be honest with the camera, everyone out there, and you right now, I don't know if I want that that amount of work in my life.
Unless it was your only work, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe if it was like that's all I did, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We can go to the next question. I've been rambling on that one for a while.
I need to just make sure Eve's not crying.
Okay. Let's see. I'll read the next question. How are the kids liking the homestead life compared to their previous life? How are the kids liking the homestead life compared to the previous life? Man, it's rough. Yeah.
Well, one of them's born in this house, so that's all she knows.
Yeah, Theo, if there's one way I could describe Theo, he is roll with it. Like he's pretty okay no matter where we're at, when we're there, he's pretty content at this stage. There's not much that throws him off at this age.
Yeah, he's always liked being outside, so I think he will really like getting older and having ample amount of space. Not that he couldn't have made do at the townhouse. Plenty of kids in that cul-de-sac. He would have had a ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he'll do great.
For sure. Yeah, he loves.
He's a helper too.
Yeah, he'll do just about anything you ask him. If you like to hand you stuff, or hand this to mom. He's really intelligent. It's kind of surprising. Probably doesn't get that from me, but yeah.
I'm sure we all think our own children are intelligent. But
Yeah. I'm being kind of. I don't think I'm being biased, because there's been kids at church and stuff where I'm like, are you old enough to know that? So, but yeah, it's mind-boggling sometimes the things he figures out and
It's
deduces.
Yeah, just fun watching him learn.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just ask one more.
Oh, okay. How do you walk through anxiety and depression?
Really?
Oh.
To get your homestead goals accomplished.
What is a big
that's actually-
financial investment to start homesteading?
Well, we can't really say to that because we took the big route and spent a lot on the
A house? Yeah, I'd say that's
but
the biggest.
some people will buy something that needs a lot of work.
Mhm.
We bought this thinking it wouldn't. Look at the mice. See, it's still.
Where?
No, I'm not
Oh.
saying that. I see it now. Ooh, and Kitty never came upstairs. Are you LDS? No, we are not.
No.
I wonder if a lot of homesteaders are.
Yeah, so I would like to know from, if you know someone that's a homesteader, or if you know someone, or you are pursuing this life, thinking about pursuing a homestead type life, independent life when it comes to self-sustaining or whatever. What are your beliefs? I guess if you were to put yourself in a denomination or belief system, what would that be? It would be really interesting to see who watches these videos and what's their background, or what is their belief system. Not that our goal is to create division or alienate people. I've always been the person that loves talking to people with different views, different beliefs, and I also wholeheartedly believe in what we believe. I believe that the Bible is the Word of God. I believe that Christ came to save sinners through His own life and death and resurrection. I believe the gospel, but that's not to say we don't want to hear from other people from different backgrounds, different beliefs, just to talk. I think we live in a world that is very good at alienating people and pushing people away. And one of the things I think would be good for our channel, I think would be good for just the world at large, is to see people with different views being able to sit down or through social media and just talk, do life around one another. So I would like I'd like to hear other people's.
Yeah. Well, with that question, it said, are you a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? And our answer to that would be no.
So
you
we
wanna explain what we believe?
Yeah. So we go to a non-denominational church, but if you were to unpack its statement of faith, it would most closely align with a Baptist view or Baptist denomination per se. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, so I think that does it for today's questions, especially since we aren't too far into our homesteading. We do have projects in the works.
That's what I wanted to talk about. So one of the things I wanted to mention earlier, but wanted to wait till the end, was where we've gotten since we've been here. And one of the reasons why we haven't really taken off in the homesteading life, I guess. And that has been the timing that we moved, and all the things that we have to prepare for around here. So we moved in November, which was going into the winter. We moved into a house that we didn't have a lot of resources to be able to fix the things we wanted to fix. So we have some heating things that we want to fix on the house, some energy saving things we want to do, insulation. So we have some projects that we need to do that are probably going to take up the next year, maybe. We're going to be trying to move into homesteading, but also trying to get the house ready for us to save money just in that area. So we want to install this wood burning furnace. That way that's a self-sustaining item as long as we have firewood. We don't have to use electricity to be able to heat the house. We can tie the furnace into the central heating system. We have barns that need to be fixed up, water lines fixed up. There's a lot of little things that we need to spend time doing. That way it can really propel us and launch us into doing homestead type things, growing our own food. If we want a milk cow, getting a milk cow, so on and so forth. So we're very much on the front end of homesteading, and having a baby right when you move in the winter, in the snow, it can really slow things down. And so
I still think even just, sorry.
Go ahead. No, that's
just one small project at a time is, I mean, you can have one small project or you can have 10. It's still, you're making progress.
Yeah. There's a lot of projects, and I have to be careful not to start one, jump to another one, start that one, jump to another one. So my main goal at this point is to finish this furnace, this wood burning furnace, and Theo's go-kart.
Yeah, that's another one. We haven't talked about that on the video yet.
He went and sat on it the other day.
He's excited for it. He doesn't
He doesn't even know what it is, but he knows there's a seat there and he knows there's a steering wheel.
Yeah.
So just gotta, maybe we can talk about that in the next video.
Yeah.
So.
We also have a windmill that we figured out works.
Yes.
So we can show you guys how to turn it on. Even. I didn't know it's that simple to just go out there and. Yeah.
You gotta check the oil.
We'll show you.
You need to climb up. Yeah, we'll save that we'll save homesteading and windmills for the next video or something.
Yeah, we did also have that couple out that may bring their horses, and so things are looking good. We're shooting for the spring time. We just have ample stall space and land for them, and they live
right around the corner,
30 seconds down the street.
Literally.
So, yeah, hopefully that'll be a good fit. And
if you were to see our town, everyone in town lives 30 seconds away from us because it's that small. I'll say that.
I'm not even sure that the population. We're outside of a big city.
Yes.
But we still have.
No, it's not a big city, but you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
The city's still making its way to our small town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good spot. So thanks for tuning in to this week's video. Next week, I'm not really sure. I'm sure the puppy will be bigger. We'll tell you his name, and if any of you guessed it right. Yeah,
and the cool thing about our channel is it is pretty candid. So you're doing a week by week. We haven't. If anyone has any ideas, I've been thinking about slowly building videos over a long period of time so people can see just one video of a product or something we did, whether it's a room renovation or anything like that. We just haven't got to that point yet. So if we may make videos in the future that would be a whole project in one or something like that. But yeah, y'all liking, subscribing, giving us your feedback helps us. It encourages us and motivates us to keep making these videos. So really appreciate you guys, and we'll see y'all next. I may be in the video, I may not, but I know Maddie will see y'all next week. So
yeah. Thanks for watching Dyson Days.
Bye.